way he was running after Sita and doing all these things, she actually wanted that something should happen, that he should take another birth and he should get rid of these uh, notions of looking after beautiful women and the way he brought Sita ji there. She was against it completely, but he would not listen. So the war took place, and in the war, he was killed by Shri. All this episode came because of the unlimited compassion of Sri Shiva. His compassion is to look at, looks very illogical sometimes. But there's a big logic behind it. The logic is that whatever he does brings forth a uh, kind of a solution of the problem. For example, there was a war on, and the war was going on, and that time there was a problem because there was one horrible devil who was given blessings by Sri Shiva that nobody can kill you. He had given also blessings that they call Varadan to another saint who said, I want to sleep now and nobody should disturb me. So he was given a blessing. Anybody who disturbs you in your sleep, you can just look at that person and he'll be reduced to ashes. So these two now. When the war started, you see, Sri Krishna thought best thing is to kill this devil with the same blessings that the saint has got. So he played, and he started running away from the battlefield, and that's why it's called as a warrior who has ran out of the field, Ranchodas, the one who runs away out of the field of battle. And when he was running, he was wearing a shawl, Sri Krishna. He just stealthily entered into the cave where this another saint was sleeping and put his shawl on top of that. So when he put the shawl on top of him, the gentleman, the devil who was following him, this satanic fellow, he reached that place and saw the same shawl, and he said, oh, so now you are tired and now you are sleeping here, I'll put you right, without realizing who was sleeping. And he pulled the shawl, and here the sleeping saints get up and looks at him, and they say with his third eye he burnt. So the solution came in. So the whole play is like this, of three forces going on, just to show ultimately the truth prevails. First is the Shiva's compassion, his goodness, to one side. Then the play of Sri Krishna, or say Sri Vishnu, of neutralizing him. And the third is the play of Brahma, who creates things and who produces things. All these three forces are playing just to create an atmosphere for all of us to feel that there is something else is to be done to our human awareness. All they have evolved within us, this desire to seek the truth. Now on one side, Shiva is extremely compassionate, very kind, even to asuras, the Rakshasas. But on the other side, he can be extremely cruel, he can destroy the whole universe. If the people are so decadent, if the people do not take to spirituality, if their innocence is completely lost, if they do not get detached from all these wrong identifications which are creating problems in this world, he destroys the whole universe. So as it is, he is the spectator of the work of Adishakti. He allows her to do all this work, to create human beings, to give them realization, do all this. But in case he finds her children, people who have been saved by her, are misbehaving, are insulting, or in any way destroying her work, he might get into a temper by which he can destroy the whole universe. But I don't think now there's any chance for him to do that, because we have now Sahaja Yogis all over. But what I find among Sahaja Yogis is this, that some of the Sahaja Yogis grow very fast, steadily, strongly. They achieve their principle of Shivaratri. The first achievement shows that from inside they start getting detached. Now, detachment is not mental. It's not mental. It is not that we have to take to some sort of a sannyasa, or we have to go to Himalayas, give up our families and all that. But the detachment is within oneself. When that detachment starts working, the first sign is that we become joyous. We become happy. Now, if you ask anyone, why are you unhappy? He'll talk about his wife, maybe his house, maybe his children, maybe his country, maybe society, whatever it is. So he gets absolutely upset or maybe very unhappy to see things happening around him. Now he is a realized soul. This unhappiness is not going to help. What is needed is now to know that you can correct all these ills of the society, of the family, of the whole country by transforming others, not by feeling bad. But while doing that, the main thing that you should have is a complete detachment. I was amazed when I first started Sahaja Yoga, how people told me about their own countrymen, country fellows. I was amazed how they told me about their own religions, how wrong things they are doing. I didn't know so much as they told me. And I thought that this is a detachment that has come, that they can see clearly what's wrong. What's wrong with my society, with my people, with my relations, with my family, with my country, with the whole world. But it's only possible if you are not identified to any one of them. Otherwise, you will never see the defects. You will never see what's wrong with that person. You can never even see the chakras which are catching. So the first thing that should happen is detachment. Now, how to achieve detachment is the point. Many people ask me, Mother, how do you get detached? Because I'm not attached, you see. So I'm already detached. I don't know how to do that way. But for you people, I would say, to understand yourself, you should introspect. Try to find out, to what thing am I attached? Why am I miserable? For whom am I worried? Why should I worry? Some things, you see, which were never very important, they become very important to certain surgeries. For example, I was told that in the West people don't care so much for their children. But as soon as they get realization, they just get attached to their children like as if with some glue. They cannot think what is good for their children. Everything about children they think is their primary duty. The other day I was surprised when they told me that it's the parents who want to come after the birthday puja. I was shocked. I mean, just on the way is birthday puja, and why should the parents want to come after that? When I told Yogi, he said, Mother will be very happy if they are here, and they should be. It will help the children, it will help the parents. But the whole now attention goes to the children, that we must leave the children there and we must look after them, and that's the only thing. So the attachment to children will definitely make you do such things which are not good for you. So this new attachment starts after Sahaja Yoga. I have seen very common. Then another attachment is, say, to your family. Normally there are no such things in the West. People are not attached to their family much. You see, they drink, they do all kinds of things. Suddenly they become self-realized, and it's like a boomerang. They come back to the family now. They're so attached to the family, attached to the house, attached to everything. I just can't understand. If you are becoming the pure spirit, then you are detached, because you are just a reflection. You are the reflection of God Almighty. So all these identifications drop out. Now one may say how to drop it out. I have never dropped them, but still I can suggest certain things which can drop. First is meditation. You should discover about yourself what's wrong with you, which side is catching. Is it right or left side? With meditation you can find out. Are you attached to money? Are you attached to business? Are you attached to your family? Are you attached to your country in a way which is not such? Or to your culture which is not such? Then try to get rid of this attachment by meditation. You know how to get rid of the right and the left. This attachment will show on your fingertips, and you have to see for yourself what centers you are catching, in which way are you in trouble, and then you can clarify it very simply by taking a very simple search treatment. I think here we fail that once we get attached to something, we don't even think we are getting attached. We think we are doing very great thing because now we love this person, love that person. Shiva's qualities. The compassion part. You start getting attached to people. That is no compassion. That is no compassion of any kind. To be attached to any such things is no compassion in you. Cannot have compassion of Shiva. Though people think it is the Shiva's compassion that is working within us. Not. Because that compassion is very pure. It is like, as I have told you many times, it's like the sap in the tree which rises and goes to various parts of the tree, and then either it evaporates or goes down into Mother Earth. It's not attached. If it gets attached to one flower or to one leaf or to one fruit, then the whole tree will suffer and also the flower will disappear. So, this kind of attachment to a particular thing, to a particular idea, is not proper. In Sahaja Yoga, I have found people are very adaptable and understand what they should do. But the main thing is meditation. In meditating on your heart, on the Shiva Tattva, on the principle of Shiva, you can definitely detach, and then the joy will be the maximum. Joy will be the maximum. I have seen people have interest in, say, food or in clothes or in house, anything. You can have interest. You should have interest. But in that interest, there should be enlightenment that you cannot get attached with. Some people say who are, say, from South India, they don't like North Indian food. Those who are from North India don't like South Indian. It's a big problem. I asked the people in Indian Airlines, why don't you have some standard food? He said, what is the standard food of India? Tell me. It was a question. Indians are very particular about the taste and food. So, it's a fact, we don't have any standard food in India. But in the same way, we can say in so many other ways that in the West, people run after things which are not necessary. They do things just out of fashion or I don't know, because their personality is not grown up. If your personality is grown up, then you see everything from an angle which is much higher than others, and you don't get dissolved with others. What you know is much higher, much greater, and much more joy-giving. Now these attachments, people think that is very joy-giving. If you get a child and if you have, say, a wife, everything are joy-giving. It's a very wrong idea. The joy comes from your own source of your spirit. Whether your husband is good, whether your children are good or bad, whatever they cannot give you joy. It's only you can enjoy yourself. And this is why